Welcome back to another monthly love reading. Today we are going to understand how the month of July has been going for you, specifically when it comes to your romantic interest. Any crush, situationship, it could be an ex, it could be a talking phase. We'll try to get their current thoughts and energies and what is the possible outcome and what is the possible next action they would be taking by the end of this month and what are the expectations for the rest of the year. Before I get started, all the details for my private energy guidance are available in the video description. If you are looking for any short reading, any longer in-depth reading, all the options are available. If you're looking just for an audio reading or a video reading as well, there are different kind of budget-friendly options available for everyone. If you're okay with the timeline, the process, then you can submit your details over there and you will receive your video within 5 business days. Emergency readings are sent within 2 days. If you're looking for regular mini readings, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I also upload customer feedback and reviews over there for your reference. If you're looking for any kind of powerful manifestation rituals to increase your manifestation, whatever you're working on that you want in your reality soon, whether it's a connection, whether it's breaking contact, whether it's attracting a soulmate, marriage, getting commitment, all those powerful rituals which I've created by myself from scratch are available in the video description. They are budget friendly and they are a structured 21-day routine that tells you what to do, when to do, the techniques, the activities, everything, every internal dialogue that you're supposed to be having to make sure that your end goal manifests 10 times faster. So let's move ahead. I would like you to choose between these two piles. These are already pre-shuffled and the first pile is all about confusion. If this is something you're going through right now, this is something you're feeling, then this pile is going to be for you. The second pile is all about feeling neglected. If this is something that you resonate with right now, then this is going to be your pile. So you can close your eyes for 2 minutes and just try to understand which emotion, which feeling is more dominant right now in your connection. And that is going to be your reading. If you're feeling a pull towards both the piles, you can sit through both the readings because both the readings might have some messages or personal guidance for you. So pile number 1, if you have chosen this card, confusion, this is going to be your reading. So let's try to understand what has been going on in this connection. Okay, so pile number 1, I can see over here that there has been something done by you and it seems to be unintentionally. It seems to be something that just happened because of a pattern that you didn't realize you were repeating, and because of that it has caused a separation in this connection at the moment. Now the confusion that you are going through right now is that you don't understand what's happening at all. You're completely unclear of the situation, of the connection right now. Basically, you are not sure if this connection will restart or not. You wanted to restart because you realized your mistake. You sabotaged this connection. So of course you are desperate. You're very desperate. I'm getting a very desperate energy over here to restart this connection. But the kind of desperate expectation you're having from this person is to forgive you very fast, forgive you easily. And that's not how it works. You cannot decide when the other person wants to forgive you, when the other person is okay with the situation. So somewhere I feel like you have been recently in a very desperate energy, but maybe through someone's advice or through some self-reflection, you have realized that you can't rush someone, you can't make decisions on behalf of them, and in your soul you really want this reunion to happen, for them to forgive you. You know you have messed up. You always have this time period because of your patterns where you sabotage things and you go into a victim mindset and you feel you mess up all the good things in your life. But this person really made you see your shadow side. They made you realize your patterns, your flaws, and previously, maybe even in the previous connections, you never used to realize that you used to sabotage the connections. But this time you realize, this time there's been an awareness, this time this person has held such an important place in your heart and mind that you just are not aware of this, but you want to work on it. You want to make sure you learn your lesson from this. You want to make sure this pattern, this habit is broken, and you get rid of the shadow side forever. And I see you working towards it. I see you working towards breaking patterns, towards self-love, towards healing. Something has happened, as I said, either someone's advice or some self-reflection, but you moved out from that desperate stage of needing that person physically in your life to letting them be, giving them their peace, giving them the time they need, and working on yourself, because only this will improve this connection. Even if you guys get back, you are aware that these patterns can repeat, and it's subconsciously. So you won't even realize until you have sabotaged the connection completely. Okay, it happens so fast. So you are working on your healing because you believe truly that there will be reunion, and when this reunion happens, I will be a work in progress. I will keep healing myself. I will keep being aware of my patterns so that I never sabotage this connection again. This person has come into your life. This is a soul contract to teach you so many lessons. This person has come into your life to show you your dark side, to make you realize that you need to be aware of your patterns. You need to break them. You cannot keep sabotaging connections. This person has a very big role to play in your life. And right now you have taken the correct path in understanding that role and working towards self-love and working towards healing. You definitely in your heart want reunion. Let's see in the cards we get next. Will the reunion take place? First of all, will they forgive you? Will the reunion take place? How long might that take? And what should you do once you both come together? Let's try to understand that. So these are your cards for will they forgive you, will the reunion happen, and what are going to be their next actions. So let's try to understand that. Okay, we have 7 of Wands. See, this person will forgive you, but they'll be very defensive. First of all, they're going to take a lot of time, and here I'm seeing easily 7 to 8 months. I think this is something huge that has taken place, something which really impacts the connection, that really impacts the way a person sees their partner, and they're going to be very defensive about letting you into their world again. I feel it's going to happen eventually, but it's going to take time, and all you can do is show patience during this time. As I said, you cannot rush this person, especially being the person who's in the wrong. You do not have any right to rush the other person and tell them they need to forgive you in a certain time period. So this person is definitely, they'll let you in very slowly. They will work on building the trust from scratch, which will take a lot of time, and they will be defensive, and sometimes you might understand that through their words, through their actions, that they're being protective or defensive or not letting you in completely. Because see, you'll have to see this connection as something which is starting new, a new connection, because the way this person has been hurt by your sabotaging patterns, I don't know what happened here. Maybe we'll try to get some cards to understand what could have been the possible situation, but they'll now be walking on eggshells. So if this is not the kind of connection you want to be in, it's your choice to continue this or not continue, or maybe rethink this reunion, but they are not going to let you in as they did before. Okay, you want this again. Strength. The masculine who was soft just for his feminine, who used to melt in the arms of his feminine. Like this feminine had complete, I don't want to say control, but this feminine was the only person who could calm down this masculine. You see this beautiful card? This used to be the energy and you really want this back, but this is not going to come back. I mean, it's going to come back, but it's going to take a lot of time. And if you don't have the patience for that, it's not going to work. So only go in this connection again if you can face the consequences of your actions and be patient how much ever time this person takes to rebuild the trust. Now, will there be reunion or not? Let's see that. Okay, see, I have good cards here. So the reunion, as I said, will be possible because I have Wheel of Fortune and I have Nine of Cups. Okay, emotional fulfillment. Again, coming at the cusp of emotional fulfillment and working towards achieving it. So I do think once you people come together, you will have that understanding of working on this as a team. And I see good fortune in this connection. So that is one thing. Now I also have Page of Pentacles and I have Three of Pentacles. Okay, I see there has been some young energy involved in this connection. I don't know if this is the self-sabotage that you have done. Have you interacted or engaged with people in certain ways that shouldn't have been done? I'm getting a very strong feeling that something took place which did not go all the way, so it could not have been that kind of accusation where there was cheating involved, but it did go to a certain extent, which is again still very uncomfortable for a partner to know and acknowledge. Maybe flirting, maybe texting, something, asking too many questions about a person, showing curiosity about another person. And I'm talking about a third party situation here. See, both these cards show me a third party situation. There's Three of Pentacles here. You see the three people here. Unrequired person in a connection. Page of Pentacles gives me this very young, youthful energy that's just starting out their life, just starting out being independent, just starting out. Someone who's fresh, someone who's new to life, maybe just started working recently, just started doing something new, is very naive in that. And somehow that made you feel attracted to them in some way. Somehow that made you want to teach them that specific thing. I'm getting those kind of things here. This was not intentional, but it was carried on for some time. Again, not all the way, but still to an extent which would make someone uncomfortable. So, yeah, I mean, there is reunion here. And I think there would be a lot of boundaries set. Now I'm understanding this card better. This card is just not about being defensive. It's about setting all of these boundaries and not just setting them in the mind. Wands card is the action card, actually putting boundaries into action. This person is going to have a lot of boundaries with you because they'll be defensive, and they'll make sure you guys have boundaries when it comes to this connection. What boundaries do you need to set with people outside of the two of you? Especially when it comes to someone getting attracted to someone finding a connection with someone else. But there's going to be a lot of work that's going to go into this connection, is what I want to tell you. Now, what are going to be their next actions? This person is going to stay withdrawn for a long time. As I said, easily I'm seeing 4 to 8 months. They might start warming up a bit in 4 months, okay, with 4 of Cups over here. In their heart, of course, they want you to. But what the heart wants, the brain is also reminding them what you did. I think this has been your pattern for a long time, where you do something or the other to sabotage a good connection. But this time you want to work on it. This time you want to seek the partner's forgiveness. This time you want to make sure you're doing everything right. Now it's going to be in this person's hand if they want to forgive you or not. But they're going to be withdrawn for a long time. Be ready for this. As I said again and again, they'll be withdrawn, they'll be defensive. If you're okay with that, then you can think of getting into this reunion again. Lastly, let's try to get some personal guidance or life advice for you. What should you be focusing on while this is taking place, apart from your healing and apart from your self love? What is it, something that you can think about? Okay, so I'm seeing here this person is going to completely immerse themselves in their work and they're going to remain very busy. Okay, they're completely going to immerse themselves in their work. They don't want to think about this, they don't want to relive it, and that's going to be their way of processing this at the beginning. But as I said, they'll start warming up and feeling better in 3 to 4 months. What I'm also understanding is that you don't bug this person with any kind of messages or just trying to like their stories or stalk them online. Don't try to make your presence feel, because you will clearly look like a chaser. If you do that, you will become the chaser. Do not try to find reasons to connect with this person. You need to leave them alone. Okay, this is a very clear guidance for you. You need to leave them alone. If you keep going up in their face through social media, through offline texting, or through trying to bump into them, they are just going to get reminded of what you have done. It's not going to make them feel better. You are trying to make yourself feel better to have some kind of interaction with them, even if it's indirect, but that's not going to help this connection at all. So don't try to find reasons to message them, even if someone's birthday is coming up or you need something that was in their place or anything. If you get to know that they're not feeling well and you're like, oh, this is an opportunity to message them, stop it. Leave this person alone. Okay? If you want this connection to move on well and the reunion to take place and for them to reflect on what took place, and if they're ready to forgive you, you need to leave this person alone. Uh, Avoid stress eating. If you are trying to cope up with this healing during the times of the day when you're feeling very down, maybe during midnight, avoid these unhealthy habits. They're not going to make you feel better. They're not going to make your nervous system feel better. So focus more on healthy eating, keeping yourself hydrated and exercising, and do not get into a lot of binge eating, stress eating, and stay away from junk basically, because that's when you're going to feel much better in your mind and body. So pile number 1, this was your reading. I really hope you were able to resonate with this. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. At which point of this reading are you currently and what are you planning to do next? Again, all the details for my private energy guidance are in the video description. I'll see you in the next weekly reading. Till then, bye. Welcome to your reading, pile number 2. If you chose the card Neglected, this is going to be your reading. So let's try to understand what's happening in this connection. Why are you feeling neglected? And what are your person's current thoughts, energies, and feelings? So pile number 2, I'm seeing that you have come to a breaking point when it comes to this connection. And here the neglected, it's not you who's feeling neglected, it's your partner that's feeling neglected. They have failed to give you what you need. When this connection was starting, everything was just so intense that a lot of things you were blindsided to a lot of things. You had your rose-colored glasses on, and you did not want to see a lot of things, or you did see them, but that time the hormones and the love and the passion and the lust and the connection was so intense that you did not understand the gravity of the situation. I think you were okay with even going ahead with a lot of things that you would generally disagree about, or generally in your life you wouldn't indulge in. Some kind of habits, whether it's lifestyle related, eating habits, personality related, any addiction related habits. But now that the honeymoon phase has kind of been phasing out, the reality is hitting you, and whatever you pushed under the rug, that this is okay, we'll deal with it when it happens, or there's so much love between us because you're feeling this intense chemistry, we can work through anything. Okay, the biggest misconception every couple has, that Just because of the chemistry and intensity they feel for each other, they can work through anything. So that's how you got into this connection. But now I see you heavily regretting not taking those things or those habits seriously. You knew it already. You are kind of disappointed in yourself that I knew these things. I knew this person is like this. I knew this person was indulging in this. Why did I move ahead with this? But that time you couldn't control yourself because the connection was that intense. But now you're heavily regretting when the reality of life is hitting you, when the real life responsibilities are coming ahead, coming to the surface. You feel like you have to let this go. You feel like you cannot take this burden anymore because you can't be with a partner who's not taking care of certain things the way you would want your partner to take care of certain things. Again, this could be addiction related, lifestyle related, social circle related, some habits you are not okay with. Now it's pinching you. Now you want to detach. You don't want to work through this. I don't see you wanting to work through this, and that's why this person is feeling neglected. You are just trying to detach. You are like, okay, fine, bye. I can't deal with this. It was my mistake. I got into this knowing all this, but I can't deal with this. So you're straight up neglecting this person. You're like, I need to detach. I don't think you are even having like any kind of closing conversation with this person. You're just like, bye. Things didn't go as you planned. Okay, this was an unexpected outcome. With this level of intensity, you thought you're going to have such amazing days with this person. This regret and wanting to detach and get away from this person that you couldn't keep your hands off is completely an unexpected outcome for you. You didn't imagine this would ever happen. But the disagreements and the disagreements regarding these habits, they're just not landing. The other person who's into these habits is not understanding your reasoning or logic behind it. Again, I feel they're questioning the same thing. You knew this before entering this. You knew I do this. You knew I like this. You knew I hang out with these people. What's the issue now? Why did you get into this if you had such a problem? Like that's something which is your mistake completely. So they're completely trying to shift blame on you, not even trying to come to a common ground with these habits or how it's affecting their partner. I don't think this person is ready to let go of these habits. They're not. Let's try to get some clarification cards to understand if we can know what these habits are first of all. Okay. If not, we'll try to understand, do they ever plan of coming to a common ground with you with regards to these habits? What are they feeling right now that you're trying to detach from this connection? What are going to be their next actions? Are they going to try to talk to you? Are they going to try to resolve this? What is the possible outcome of this connection? Their next actions? And any personal guidance that we can get from you. So pile number 2, these are the cards for what these habits might be. Are they going to change these habits anytime in the future? What are their next actions going to be and the possible outcomes of this connection? So what are these habits? I have the High Priestess, I have 4 of Pentacles, and I have 6 of Swords. This person is a very, very private person, and you are someone who wants to make sure that in a connection everything is shared emotionally, mentally, physically. There's a lot of mystery to this person. Now, I'm seeing this person does not like sharing anything, even their emotions, even their thoughts. And I feel you're carrying the whole emotional burden of this connection. I feel this person just cuts off and gives you the silent treatment when something goes wrong and does not have open communication. See this person over here? Just grabbing onto their emotions. They feel like these things make you vulnerable. I can't give these things away. I need to hold tight. I need to make sure my emotions are within me. No one sees them. My thoughts are within me. Good thoughts, bad thoughts, what I think about life, what I want to do. No, I can't tell anyone. They will judge me. If it doesn't happen, they will laugh at me. This person they have their own issues. I don't know from where these issues came from. This person likes to be mysterious. I will keep everything to myself. No one will ever know what's happening in my life. And that's great, but that's not how you can enter a romantic connection. You have tried being very patient with this person. You have tried to show a lot of love and care and patience, but now you are at a breaking point where what's the use of having a partner if you're not sharing anything with me? If I don't know what's going on in your mind, in your heart, when are you low, are you feeling down? And more than that, what you hate is, as I said, right, this person, something doesn't go their way or something ticks them off. I think small things tick them off very easily. So you have to carry the whole emotional and mental burden. Look at this person sitting here covered, hiding themselves, hiding their thoughts and emotions. I will not let you know. I will not tell you, even having their back to you. And you are here carrying, trying to move from troubled waters to smooth waters so that this connection keeps going on well. Carrying all this mental burden and emotional burden. You're tired. How long will you carry it for? You feel like you don't have a person you can share this burden with. Because you don't worry, even on days when you are low, when you are feeling disappointed with something, you have to carry your own burden. And then on days when something happens with the connection, you have to carry their burden too. So you are not happy with this. Now let's see, will they ever try to change this habit? Will they realize this habit is sabotaging this connection? This person definitely will realize it. Okay, I have the hermit here. Hermit is someone who's finding something. You see this person upset, disappointed with something with a lamp, finding a way, finding a path to get rid of their internal conflicts. How do I find this way to get rid of these hardwired patterns that I have? Where this person gets into so much ego and they become so stubborn that emotionally hurts their partner. Giving silent treatment to your partner is the worst kind of reaction you can give. Instead of sitting and talking and sharing that this made me feel this way. They are going to have a very hard time getting rid of this internal conflict and trying to change themselves. They can, if they decide to. Here I'm getting some positivity that with this lamp they'll try to find their way. They'll try to figure out things, look within and understand these internal conflicts and from where these patterns have come and how they can get rid of it. So that's a little good news that this person will be in deep reflection because they're already feeling neglected by you. And I feel you will be, even though you're regretting, you're detaching, you want to leave, I think you will be very clear about the reason of you leaving. I think you have been clear even throughout the connection that, this is something I don't like. This is something I need you to change. This is something I need in a connection. But even when you put it across that way, they become defensive. Oh, you don't like this. You knew I was like this. Why did you start, this connection with me? So defensive in everything. And then going into silent treatment. And then going into a victim mode, all of those things. The emotional burden is becoming too much for you. What are going to be their next actions? The Hanged Man. This is again a good positive card. See, this person in the next 10 to 12 weeks, note it down, which is 2 to 3 months. August, September, October is going to be very significant for their self-reflection about this connection. Hangman is all about letting go, surrendering, finally understanding that you need to change your perspective and see things in a different way. But they will try to understand things from your perspective. They will try to put themselves in your shoes that if I had a partner like this who just goes silent for everything and is defensive all the time, how will I feel? If I can't share anything with the person I'm romantically linked to, the most intense, the most intimate connection. If they don't open up to me, I don't open up to them, what's the use of being in a connection? So they'll try to see things differently, definitely. They'll have a different perspective. They'll try to think it from your side. This is again a bit of positivity. But as I said, I'm seeing a timeline of 2 to 3 months, because only you are taking a good decision here, by the way. Your detachment and you not being a doormat and not just being okay with these habits and understanding that self-care is important and that I cannot carry this emotional burden, you detaching is good because that's going to trigger them. It's already triggering them because they're feeling very neglected, and this is what's going to force them into this self reflection and into this new path, new perspective of how a connection needs to be if you want it to last long. What is the possible outcome of this connection? See, as I said, they would get into a reflection mode. I again have Four of Swords here. This person is going to go into a rest mode. They will reflect. They will try to change their perspective. This is again a confirmation that yes, this will happen. Here I was just like, okay, this might be a possibility, but this is a confirmation that they will. They do want to work on it once they realize it. Your detachment, you staying away from this connection is very important right now. And you are doing it well. So keep doing what you're doing. And finally, I have the Chariot card, which is again good. Everything will be clear. There will be no confusion anymore. Everything will be black and white. Chariot is the card of movement, moving forward, starting out. They're not already moving. They're going to start moving. So I see good movement will take place once there's self-reflection, once this person understands that these habits cannot be continued if they want a healthy relationship, and things are going to move ahead. This person is going to make sure things move ahead. They come towards you. They make sure that they reassure you that they are working on it, they're changing things, and things will be different. Then it's going to be your decision whether you want to be in this connection or not. But I see some hope here. I see some change that is going to come in this person, and there would be movement in this connection, whether you decide to take that movement forward or not. Let's get some final cards. While you're detaching, any advice for you regarding this person or general life advice that you need to follow? So pile number 2, you will be going through a lot of emotions, a lot of ups and downs. Please make sure you're aware of it and mentally ready for it. During this period of detachment, because this connection was so intense where you had to have skin contact, you had to hold each other, you had to be in each other's presence, this detachment is going to really bring up a lot of unknown emotions. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you are calming your nervous system. You are learning how to regulate your emotions. And if you can, try yoga, try meditation. This is all going to help you in detachment. Here also we have meditation in detachment. It's going to keep your mind calm. And the mind has to be calm for you to regulate your emotions. You have felt like a parent in this connection for too long, because with parents, when children are angry or pissed off or irritated, they just don't talk to the parent, right? But the parent knows that they cannot stop talking, so they will keep talking to the toddler, keep talking to their child, making sure they're eating, making sure they're going to school, taking their nap, taking bath, whatever needs to be done. But the child has all the rights or the privilege actually to stay irritated with the parent. So you have felt overwhelmed and like a parent in this connection for too long. Now is your time to give attention to yourself. Now is the time to finally get out of this mode of making sure this connection continues, making sure that you're a survivor, you're coming out as a survivor in this connection who was completely neglected emotionally and mentally. So now is your time to take care of yourself, and it's okay to do certain things to take care of yourself. If you want to indulge in a bit of changing your eating habits, or you're planning to travel somewhere, you're planning to let go of your diet for some time, or you're planning to go shopping, you're doing some kind of impulse purchases, whatever is making you feel better. Self-love is not just about internal healing, but it's also about what's making you happy externally. So, good food, good company, good shopping, whatever makes you feel better, good friends. It's time for you to concentrate on yourself, bring the focus back on yourself, and get your social life going again. Your activities, your traveling, your events, whatever you were doing earlier, which I feel you were neglected a lot because of this person and this connection, because they always kept you in this fight or flight mode. It's time for you to focus on yourself and take care of yourself and do the things that make you happy. So, pile number 2, this was your reading. I really hope you were able to resonate with it. And if you did, let me know in the comment section below. At which point of this reading are you currently and what are you planning to do next? Again, all the details for my private energy guidance are in the video description. I'll see you in the next weekly reading. Till then, bye.